Hi again, it's your travel friend Tash at Leisure Explorer. In today's episode, we are going to be taking you with us on a journey to explore Hanoi for the first time. We journey to all the must-do spots for first-time travelers, show you the hotels we stayed at, and one of the most luxurious cruises on Halong Bay. So sit back and experience it all with us. After spending a week in Da Nang, we arrived in Hanoi with Vietnam Airlines. We chose the Palm Hotel for the first half of our time in Hanoi, as it is centrally located and close to everything in the Old Quarter. The Palm Hotel has been around for many years, previously known as the Sunline Palm Hotel.
Hello.
Welcome to Hanoi Palm Hotel.
Thank you.
So we checked in initially in the deluxe double room. We stayed for one night and then checked out again in the morning that we left to Halong Bay. The hotel has a luggage storage and they kept it safely for us while we went away for the cruise. So if you are concerned about that, don't be. When we returned from Halong Bay, we stayed in the executive room with a balcony. I was actually really surprised at how beautiful the pool is. The water was warm even though it's indoors and undercover. It was so hot during the day that we chose to relax at the pool and explore during the night. So make sure you choose a hotel with a good pool and spa if you also prefer to do the same. We arrived just before lunchtime and we were hungry and needed something spicy after being in Vietnam for 2 weeks. There was a really great Indian restaurant close to the hotel, and so we indulged in some Indian cuisine. I was surprised at the amount of Indian restaurants throughout Vietnam, so if you are an Indian traveler, this is something worth noting, and you will always find Indian cuisine accessible. Now, initially, I was under the impression that between Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi, that Hanoi would be my favorite. I'm not sure what I was expecting from Hanoi, but the Old Quarter was certainly quite chaotic and overwhelming for me, especially at the end of a long trip. I know everyone has their preferences, but I think if I had to do it again, mine would be traveling north to south and ending off at Ho Chi Minh. I'm happy to answer any questions if you may have any, and if you're thinking of traveling to Vietnam, so please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer them for you. We tried not to do too much for our first day in Hanoi because we had a really early morning start to go to Halong Bay, which we booked with Genesis Regal Cruises. We were picked up at about 8 a.m. in the morning in a luxury vehicle which was really so comfortable, and this we booked directly with Genesis, which cost us 760,000 Vietnamese dong per person. And initially we thought it was expensive, but you need to bear in mind that this is for a return trip and it is a 3-hour drive. They do stop halfway and the time went by very quickly, and just in no time we arrived at the Genesis Regal offices on Halong Bay. It wasn't long before we boarded a smaller boat to take us across with our luggage. After a quick boat ride, we finally got to the ship and we were welcomed by the warm and hospitable staff on the Genesis Regal Cruises.
Thank you.
The meals were a mix of Vietnamese cuisine and continental. After lunch, we made our way to the gorgeous cabins, as you can see, very spacious and luxurious. This cruise is a 5-star and looks very new and modern. They also have a balcony area where you can sit down and relax and take in the views. It was very relaxing. Soon after, they took us on a kayak through the bay and it was very beautiful. This reminded me a lot of Phang Bay in Krabi, Thailand. This just has very similar vibes where you go under the cliffs with the kayaks, but obviously this was beautiful in its own right. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of visitors on the kayaks through the bay at this time. It was about 2 or 3 p.m. here. The kayak ride through the bay was about half an hour and it was a beautiful sight. We finally made our way back to enjoy the beautiful sunset and the facilities on the cruise. I think this was my favorite part of the cruise. The sunset that I experienced was just one like no other. It was just so beautiful to be along the bay with this gorgeous view. They have a happy hour for cocktails, so we ordered our cocktails and enjoyed the view and relaxed. I mean, just look at this beautiful sunset. You get a panoramic view of the entire bay. Then of course there's a jacuzzi pool at the front of the ship where you can just enjoy your time there and relax, or relax in the cabins, whatever you wish. The schedules that they provide you with is just a guideline so you can relax and enjoy everything at your own pace. There is no rush for you to actually do any of their activities. You are able to rest and take it at your own pace. The great thing about this cruise was that it was not crowded. They just have a few cabins, so it felt like it was very private and it felt like you had the ship all to yourself. And then we shortly afterwards got ready for dinner, which was absolutely lavish with lobster and seafood options for us. It was a lot of food and every meal was quite fancy, well presented and well prepared. The service on the cruise was impeccable. Now for me, aside from the sunset view, the other amazing part was the view of the other cruise ships on the bay at night. Look at this gorgeous view. You can also get this view directly from your cabin. Now this was something I've never experienced before and just a magical experience. The next morning there was a Tai Chi and breakfast at 6 a.m. but we slept in and chose to get up to brunch instead, and at about midday we made our way back to Hanoi. We arrived back at the hotel between 3 to 4 p.m, rested and then didn't want to waste the evening, so we thought we'd check out the train street. Now there are 2 train streets in Hanoi. There's the one that is in the old quarter and very popular and crowded, and we decided to visit the one in the south first, which was peaceful, and we sat down and spoke to Harry, who is a local and the owner of Hanoi 1990s Cafe.
So hi guys, my name is Harry. I'm the owner of the coffee shop named Hanoi 1990s. It's located in the residential area, which is like far away from the touristic area. So in here you can see all the way here it's a train street. Yeah, it's the start one from the Hanoi train station, go all long way to the Hue, Da Nang, and go through directly to the Ho Chi Minh City as well. Yeah, and it has a length around like 1.400 kilometers away. And if you go by the train, it's gonna be take around like 36 to 40 hours straight. About the train street right here, so it used to be very quiet, very like authentic and realistic, but not for now. It's getting touristic because of the tourists that come here, like so many in the daylight. Yeah, and mostly they come here to see the train. Now you can see like all the buildings like on the over here. Yeah, in the same way back into 1990s. So that's why we put the name of our shop is Hanoi 1990s. Yeah, we want to keep like every single local things, every single authentic. We would love to having you guys as our dearly customers come here, have some coffee or some drinks and see the train. It's quite an unique experience for you to see the train, how close it is when it passes by, and we all cheer about it. Yeah, a little bit dangerous, but until you follow our instruction, everything gonna be fine. Okay.
Harry was kind enough to take some pictures and videos for us, and we really got up close to the train, which was an incredible experience. We also went down to the train street in the Old Quarter, which is more Instagrammable but also more crowded. As you can see, there are a lot of tourists and it is tough to take a photo or a video. We waited for the train and unfortunately it did not come at the scheduled time, but it was fine for us as we did get to see it at the other train street. This hotel was the final stop in our 2.5-week trip in Vietnam. We wanted to end off our vacation in a little bit of luxury to prepare for our 16-hour flight back home. Aside from the luxurious design and feel of the hotel, you will notice the 5-star difference in the little details. So things like having a side table with some storage and a closet with bathrobes, slippers and other amenities. Our room that we chose was overlooking the pool, which was heated and open until late in the evening. And this was one of the best features of the hotel, is that it's hidden from the blazing Vietnam heat and a secluded little oasis in the city. The hotel was hesitant to turn on the waterfall feature of the pool due to noise reasons. So this was a bit unfortunate since their main advertising of the hotel leads with a photo of the pool. The hotel is a boutique hotel, significantly smaller than some of the other ones in the area. The next day was a day of exploring for us, and close to our hotel we found this Harry Potter inspired cafe called Always Cafe. You can dress up in the robes they have up front and play games with the props and order some drinks and light meals. I ordered the polyjuice potion and butterbeer. If you are a Harry Potter fan like I am, I would highly recommend a visit. Afterwards, we walked down towards Hoan Kiem Lake and strolled through the Ngoc Song Temple, which are both right in the heart of Hanoi's bustling center. On our way back, we stopped at the KFC. We loved the KFC in Thailand, so we really wanted to try it out here, but we were quite disappointed. And it was one of our least favorite KFCs we've ever tried. I guess you can't win them all. Now, another activity you can do during the day is the Thang Long water puppet show, which is really one of the must-see classical shows in Hanoi, and it is a perfect way to beat the heat during the day if you love exploring during the night like we do.
Hanoi, so we came to this place called Pizza Ivino. Oh, was it? Penne Ivino.
Panevino. Now, after 2 weeks exploring Vietnam, your palate may require some variety and you may want to explore other cuisines. The great thing is that there are so many options and highly rated restaurants available. We found this charming little Italian restaurant close to the French Quarter. It was rated a 4.3 and I was so excited to try it. They started us off with some homemade breads, crunchy breadsticks and herbed butter. For him it was a quail egg salad and ravioli, and I ordered the seafood pasta. We savored our meal while people watching from the top floor and truly enjoyed every bite.
Yes. Tasty butter.
Yeah, but I don't want to eat your food. That's what I didn't want. To finish off, we had a cheesecake, and this restaurant gets a thumbs up from me. The next road is Trang Tien, where you will find some high-end shopping at Trang Tien Plaza, which is famous for its luxury brands and shopping. You will find all types of quirky shops and little coffee shops with their tiny chairs. You can walk back to the old quarter and do some shopping for souvenirs and enjoy massages. Hopefully the next time we can explore a bit more of Hanoi. I hope you enjoyed our video and our journey. Please like, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe. Your friend Tash, until the next one. Happy travels.